What is going on, everyone, and welcome to the last Smackdown live before Extreme Rules. We have an action-packed show tonight. Our main event of the evening, Samoa Joe going to go one-on-one with Carl Anderson. If you are pumped for Extreme Rules, make sure you hit a like on this episode. Make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss out. Hopefully that will be coming to you this weekend. But let's check out some of the other matches that we've got tonight. So Dash Wilder is going to go one-on-one with the Big Show. First, we've seen the Revival so far in this series. Drew Gulak and Mustafa Ali are going to team up to take on The Bar. Jey Uso, it's been a little while since we've seen the Usos. He's going to go one-on-one with Seth Rollins. An 8-man tag team match. Mojo Rawley going to team up with Sanity to take on The New Day. Heath Slater and Rhino. More tag team action. Drew McIntyre and The Miz will take on Dean Ambrose and Big E. And the main event, as we've already said, Carl Anderson versus Samoa Joe. Well, the Big Show managed to pick up a win over Dash Wilder, but we want to take you to the end of this match. After last week, there's a little altercation with Hideo Itami backstage. Hideo Itami made it himself known, came out and attacked the Big Show after the match. Scott Dawson also getting himself involved as well, maybe protecting his teammate a little bit as he stands and watches on, but then gets himself involved. So a 2-on-1 attack. Hideo Itami didn't necessarily enlist the help of Scott Dawson, but helping out nonetheless. As now the man from the Revival gets involved in a bit of tag team work there. Hideo Itami forming a bit of an alliance with Scott Dawson of the Revival. And the attack continued on. As Itami just throws a Big Show into the corner, kick to the back, and then taken down afterwards. So that was what happened after that match. Drew Gulak and Mustafa Ali, well, the makeshift team pick up a massive win over The Bar. Jey Uso picked up a win over Seth Rollins, but I want to take you to the start of this match as well. Seth Rollins making his entrance. As you can see there, Seth Rollins coming out, getting ready for his match against Jey Uso. But after the antics of last week, there was one man who wanted to get in one final say before Extreme Rules. And that man is Sami Zayn. Of course, came out to Jinder Mahal's aid last week, interrupted Jinder's match with Seth Rollins and hit Seth with a blue thunder bomb. Obviously has an issue with Seth Rollins and what he's been doing. So came to take it to him, and very similar to what happened with Dolph Ziggler ahead of Backlash with Daniel Bryan. An unprovoked attack in the entrance. Seth managing to get a little bit of offense in, a swing blade there. But yeah, Sami Zayn obviously has an issue with Seth Rollins, and because of this, it can be confirmed that Seth Rollins will take on Sami Zayn this weekend at Extreme Rules. It's closed down there by Sami as he takes Seth down, now into the sleeper hold, the elbows right to the forehead. So Jey Uso was able to go on and win that match. The New Day pick up a win over Sanity and Mojo Rawley. And now it is time for our first of two matches tonight. So here we go then, the four competitors who will be in the US Championship match at Extreme Rules. Of course, it was initially just supposed to be Big E versus Dean Ambrose, but poor form from the champion and the number one contender have meant that The Miz and Drew McIntyre have been able to work themselves into the match at Extreme Rules. And for me, this man is my favourite heading into Sunday. Not in terms of, my favourite person. I just think 2 wins over Big E recently. I definitely think he is the man that is to watch in Sunday's Fatal 4-Way match. But it's not going to be easy. Fatal 4-Ways are always unpredictable. Anything can happen. You've got to be in the right place at the right time to get the job done. Drew McIntyre, with the wins that he's picked up recently, he will certainly feel like he has a good chance of winning the United States Championship on Sunday. But tonight, he teams up with The Miz in tag team action. The Miz, of course, beating Dean Ambrose in a singles match. The Miz went to Page, called out General Manager Page in actual fact, and said that he felt like he deserved the shot more than Dean Ambrose did. So the Page gave him the opportunity. He said, if you beat Dean Ambrose, then you will be added to the match, and that is exactly what The Miz did. He beat Dean Ambrose to be added to the match, and it was initially going to be a triple threat match, but then obviously another opportunity given to Drew McIntyre, and now we have our fatal four-way. The Miz looking confident as ever. He will feel like he has just as good a chance as anyone to pick up a win and win that United States Championship for the first time here in Universe Mode. But it's not going to be easy. These two competitors, of course, brilliant, but Dean Ambrose and Big E on their night could beat just about anybody. We know how good this man can be. Of course, in real life, a previous WWE champion. So you would think in Universe Mode he would certainly have all the tools required to get the job done. But it's like I was saying in the last episode, you've got to be in form at the right time. If you're losing matches heading into a big match, then it's not. Things probably won't go in favour. You might not get that little slice of luck that you need in a big match like that. So Dean Ambrose may have to work harder than maybe some of the other competitors in that fatal four-way. And the same could probably be said for the champion. Of course, the odds not in his favour at all. Only a 1 in 4 chance of defending that United States Championship. And choosing to represent the Tag Team Championships tonight, interestingly enough, with Big E. Always a jolly, jovial character as he dances his way to the ring. But in tag team action, but not his usual New Day partners by his side. Instead, Dean Ambrose, who will become enemies on Sunday. But it should be a good match. One that we're really looking forward to here in Universe Mode. And it is about to get underway. And here we go. Drew McIntyre starting. Nice belly to back suplex there. Ambrose landing right on the arm. And now the strength of Dean Ambrose, a gut wrench into the suplex. And Ambrose just rolls out the ring to compose himself. McIntyre won't give him a moment's rest, and Big E wanting to get involved straight away. A German suplex to the outside. That is going to rearrange your spine for sure. So it looks like now, with just a few days away, the Extreme Rules card is finally coming into shape. We can confirm that there will be a pre-show ahead of Extreme Rules. Hopefully that will be coming to you on Saturday. And we'll go through the match card, much like we did with Backlash. But there will be a match on the pre-show. It will be Big Show versus Hideo Itami. Those two obviously have their personal issues, so they'll settle it on Sunday, or Saturday, I should say, in the pre-show. Yeah, the card obviously taking shape. We have all our championship matches. The WWE Championship, Samoa Joe taking on John Cena in an Extreme Rules match. We'll of course see Samoa Joe in action later tonight in our main event. The United States Championship, as we see here, these four competitors pitting themselves against one another for that championship. The Smackdown Women's Championship as well. Alexa Bliss overcoming the odds last week to beat Asuka. Of course, had that issue with her back, but still managed to pick up a victory. And she will face Asuka in a match for the SmackDown Women's Championship. And the tag team titles as well, they will be on the line. The New Day will be defending their crowns against Sanity. Picking up the win against them tonight in that 8-man tag team match should give them the psychological advantage, I beg your pardon, heading into Sunday. But we know the mind games that Sanity like to play. They are dark, they are twisted. They will do just about anything to get a leg up on the competition. So we could be in for some surprises come Sunday, as the referee's count grows to 7 now, but both competitors getting themselves back inside the ring. Other matches we have, of course, AJ Styles is going to take on Jinder Mahal in a steel cage. That one confirmed last week, and that is sure to be an excellent match. Jinder can't run away from AJ inside a steel cage, so he will have to face him one-on-one. And you'd like to think AJ will be looking for retribution for the attacks that Jinder has been composing on him. What a slam there from Drew McIntyre. As well, we announced earlier tonight, Sami Zayn is going to be taking on Seth Rollins as well on the Extreme Rules match card. These two again, two more superstars who seem to have an issue. Seth Rollins not really doing too much wrong, but Sami Zayn obviously has a bone to pick. Like we said, came to the aid of Jinder Mahal last week when he got involved in their match, led to a disqualification and Seth Rollins winning. I'm surprised that Seth actually wanted to continue with his match tonight. Getting an attack on him beforehand and going up against Jey Uso, who, you know, we haven't seen for a while, but is certainly a good superstar, great competitor. And the odds were always against him after what happened, but nevertheless he fought on, but unfortunately did suffer the loss. If there are any more announcements, you will be sure to find out Saturday of any other matches that will be taking place. But so far, 6 confirmed, 1 for the pre-show. We'll wait and see if there is any more. As Ambrose, dirty deeds from out of nothing. He goes for the pin. The Miz, quick to get into the ring, but I think Drew McIntyre, I was about to say Drew Andrew then, interestingly enough. Yeah, Drew McIntyre, I think, had his hand on the bottom rope, so the referee forces the rope break. As now we see Big E, the United States Champion, get involved in this match in an official capacity for the first time. So now Drew maybe looking to tag in the Miz. Nice snapmare and then a kick to the back, and there we see the Miz getting his first taste of action tonight. Now just slamming Big E's head straight into the mat. It's going to be a tough one to call Sunday. We've already said a number of times, a nice Russian leg sweep that, you know, chance could go to anybody. You've just got to be the right place, the right time, get the move off, have enough time and space to be able to get the pin or submission away, and that championship will be yours. Unpredictable as ever, but it should be a great match on Sunday, and one that I am certainly looking forward to, and looking forward to bringing to you guys. As now Big E looks to get the upper hand here in this match. Went for the punch, but the Miz able to counter, looking for a punch of his own, but Big E meets him with a big forearm. Now Big E potentially looking for the suplex instead, throws the Miz right onto the ropes, the midsection taking a beating there, and that will take the wind out of the Miz, but he does well. Corkscrew leg takedown, and now looking to take the Big E over to his corner. Miz and Drew McIntyre, much like we said about Andrade Almas and Shinsuke Nakamura in yesterday's episode, a tag team that maybe down the line has some legs in. As Miz, here we go, the patented DDT, signature Miz move there. And is he going to look for it? The skull crushing finale. Is he going to look to get one over on the United States Champion? Big E managing to force his way out of it. The power just throws the Miz over his own body. Really good from Big E, the awareness to fight out of the skull crushing finale. The Miz not done yet, but Big E takes Miz off his feet. A moment's respite, and just landing that big arm right across the chest. So, talking of the other matches that we saw tonight, obviously Big Show picked up a win over Dash Wilder, and like we said, the first we've seen of the Revival so far in this universe mode. I haven't seen a lot of them. They've had no tag team action whatsoever. Paige obviously feels they're not quite good enough yet to be challenging in and around the tag team championship picture. The first we've seen of Dash Wilder unfortunately picked up a loss tonight. Scott Dawson getting in on the act, helping Hideo Itami, as we saw, attack the Big Show. I think more just trying to get justice for his friend, for his teammate Dash Wilder. Of course, those two, the best of friends. Very old school style tag team. And one that I would like to see more of in this universe mode, but yet to see so far. We saw the makeshift team of Drew Gulak and Mustafa Ali pick up a massive win over the Bar. The Bar yet to have a match for Sunday as Drew McIntyre goes for a pile driver. How he's been allowed to get away with that, I have no idea. And Big E looking for the hot tag, just crawling in the corner apparently. Decides to crawl out of the ring now and get a moment's rest. He could have got the hot tag away there. I don't know what he was doing. Nice uppercut from McIntyre. And now straight into the table. As McIntyre looks to take advantage. And again, drives Big E straight into the commentary table. Michael Cole and the guys getting well out of the way. Saxton and Corey Graves watch on. McIntyre, what a clothesline to take Big E off his feet with that much force. It's insane. The referee's count up to 6. But Big E gets Drew McIntyre back inside the ring. And now looking for a belly to back slam. Almost similar to the angle slam. And now Big E can look to try and get on top in this match. Yeah, as I was saying about the Bar earlier, they haven't got a match for Sunday, but you know, one of the best tag teams we have on SmackDown. There's nice tag team work there by Ambrose and Big E striking up and understanding. McIntyre looking for the hot tag, but Ambrose quick to say no. But yeah, two superstars we don't really see much of, Drew Gulak and Mustafa Ali, but obviously have some chemistry. Of course, two cruiserweights on the SmackDown roster, high flying style. Managed to pick up a very important win, and very, you know, that will certainly get them noticed. They will be put in Paige's thoughts after a win like that, I am sure. With the Bar, you know, need to come together and figure out quickly why they lost and how they can address it. Because if they want to be challenging whoever wins the tag team championships on Sunday, then they will certainly need to get their act together and quickly. As Dean Ambrose goes for his fisherman suplex. Is he going to look to put Drew McIntyre away? No. Nice reversal by McIntyre. Takes down Dean Ambrose. But normally when Ambrose hits the fisherman, a Dirty Deeds is never too far away. As what a headbutt by Drew McIntyre. The Glasgow kiss used to full effect there. And that could well have knocked some of Dean Ambrose's teeth out. Nice kick there from Dean Ambrose. And here we go. We said it wasn't too far away. The Dirty Deeds for the second time in the match on Drew McIntyre. The Miz inside the ring though. And he will get there to break up the count. That could well have been it. Ambrose trying to psych himself up. He is fired up for this one. That is for sure. And he needs to be so important for Ambrose and Big E to pick up a win. As Big E has got the Miz up. Here we go. Big ending on the Miz. Those two not even in the match. Not the legal men in this match anyway. Ambrose thrown for a German suplex. Nice there from Drew McIntyre. And the knee right to the face of McIntyre. You feel like the momentum shifting now towards Ambrose and Big E in this match. And here we go. Ambrose tags in the United States champion. And the straps are coming down. Big E senses that this one is near its end, near its conclusion. And I think that could be what we're seeing. Pumping himself up. Here we go for a second time. The big ending. This time to Drew McIntyre. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, that could well be that. Big E goes for the cover. The Miz, though, can he get there? But slow to the ring. And Big E manages to pick up the 3 count. Well, the Miz got to his feet, saw what was going on, but didn't seem to be in any rush to stop the pinfall. Obviously doesn't want to get himself in harm's way, trying to keep himself as fresh as possible for the match on Sunday. But what a massive win for Big E and for Dean Ambrose. They needed that momentum heading into Sunday, and they've picked up with a massive win there against, you would have said, probably the two favourites going into that match. There we see the first of those big endings on the Miz, and they weren't even the legal men. But these two striking up a good partnership tonight. You know, they may not be necessarily be friends, but there's that mutual respect. And now, here we go. Drew and The Miz back inside the ring, and it's all kicking off now. These four men just getting to grips with each other, not going to wait until Sunday. They want to get the job done now. And Ambrose going straight for Drew McIntyre. Big E for The Miz as Ambrose and McIntyre head to the outside. Oh, nice reversal there. Nice DDT from The Miz as McIntyre now. Oh, I thought he might look to use the steel steps, but luckily Ambrose managing to get out of it. But here we can see tensions boiling over. These superstars have already had a taste of blood tonight, and they are not hanging around. Drew and The Miz obviously disappointed with the defeat tonight, but they're going to have to wait till Sunday in the all-important match. So here we go then, main event time for this SmackDown. It is going to be Carl Anderson, one half of the club, one half of the Good Brothers, against our WWE Champion, Samoa Joe. And these two, well, they've been pretty impressive as of late, of course, very similar to what we've seen on Raw. These two teaming up with John Cena in six-man tag team action against Samoa Joe and The Bar, and actually managed to pick up the win. Luke Gallows it was who picked up the win, actually pinned the WWE Champion, but as it was, Samoa Joe not happy with the way the land lied, requested a rematch, and Samoa Joe got his revenge and pinned the big man. But here he comes. He will be in a bad mood. He will certainly be looking tonight to make sure there is no doubt heading into Sunday who the top dog is on the blue brand. I feel a little bit sorry for Carl Anderson tonight. I feel like he's got his work cut out. Samoa Joe, as we said, will be doing anything to make sure he gets a victory, to make sure he's in the best shape possible ahead of Sunday, with the confidence brewing, feeling that he can take down John Cena. Of course, John Cena been in pretty good form, been consistently competitive here on SmackDown since the start of Universe Mode. Became number one contender, I think probably in the second week of SmackDown, to be honest. It was so long ago. And he's just been quietly getting on with his job, just whenever he's been in matches, just getting wins and just doing what he needs to do. Going under the radar almost, to be fair. A lot of the focus has been on Samoa Joe, a lot of the attention. We've seen some good matches again with Samoa Joe when he took on Dean Ambrose a few weeks ago. That one sticks in my head in particular. Dean Ambrose, a really good performance. Samoa Joe ended up getting the win that night. But yeah, Dean Ambrose looking really impressive. So Samoa Joe been less than convincing at sometimes. Almost a pile driver there from Carl Anderson. I don't know what's going on with the pile drivers tonight. I'm pretty sure they're banned, but apparently not. The referee just happy to let them go on. And Carl Anderson, impressive as Samoa Joe just slaps him. My word. The cheek of the man, the audacity is a nice suplex there from Carl Anderson. He just has no respect for anyone, Samoa Joe. He keeps himself to himself. He is his own man. You know, he's had to rely on the bar the last couple of weeks, but normally he's just a lone wolf. He just brushes off the drop kick from Carl Anderson. And now goes for the reverse suplex. A good show of strength there from the WWE Champion. And a kick to the back as well to add insult to injury. And now, nice. Not even sure that was. Let's just go with slam, as now he looks over to Luke Gallows and just taunts. Well, Samoa Joe, you don't want to play your cards too early. As a nice flip over the top sends him to the outside. Carl Anderson doing well so far in this match. Yeah, Samoa Joe doesn't want to get too cocky. Yeah, he may have beaten Luke Gallows last week. We can't forget that Luke Gallows has pinned him as well. So he does have his number. He knows how to get the job done against him. What a cracking match that was. That six-man tag team match we had a couple of weeks ago. I think our best match on SmackDown so far in Universe Mode as the referee's count to 5. A snap suplex on the outside, and you see Carl Anderson feeling the effects of that one. Referee's count of 7 as Samoa Joe gets Carl Anderson back inside the ring. Now can he go to work the damage already done? Going for the reverse suplex again. Really good show of strength again from Samoa Joe. And looks like he's just starting to get into his stride. Confidence will be growing. And a nice slam again there as well. Here we go. Samoa Joe running senton. All the body weight, all near 300 pounds of him, landing on Carl Anderson. But he does well to get back up and take Samoa Joe down. Thought he might be winded. To be fair, when you have a man of Samoa Joe's size landing on you, a nice 2 foot sort of standing drop kick almost, or not a drop kick. I don't know. I'm getting all these moves wrong today. I do apologise. I've had a very early morning, and it's not unlike me. I'm normally a late riser. I'm recording this about midday, and I'm kind of feeling like I should have got a bit more sleep. But you guys don't want to know about that. We're here for wrestling action. Samoa Joe. Death Valley Driver I want to go with. That's probably wrong again, but you know, it all looks good, and if I go with confidence, then I could probably get away with it. Nice reversal there by Samoa Joe again, using the body weight. Carl Anderson looking for the suplex, and a massive right hand sends Carl Anderson to the outside as Luke Gallows watches on. Samoa Joe getting back inside the ring. And just slamming the chest of Carl Anderson on the apron. Trying to take the wind out of Carl Anderson. Just doesn't want him to breathe, apparently. Which kind of sets up well for the Coquina clutch in the nose. Boot there from Carl Anderson. And here we go. Is he going to look to finish this off? Is he going to pull off an upset? Carl Anderson cutter from out of nowhere. And is that going to be it? Samoa Joe busted open in the process. He's got the cover in. And Samoa Joe, by the skin of his teeth, manages to survive. Well, what an upset that would have been heading into Sunday. Samoa Joe could well have been beaten by both members of the club. And this is what we said about Samoa Joe. He just does not look convincing. Gets the job done more often than not. It's a massive chop. And now the Uranagi from Samoa Joe. But yeah, he has not looked convincing whatsoever. Gets the job done. And I suppose that's what champions do. They don't perform to their best, but still pick up the W's. There's a nice knee to the face by Carl Anderson. He's really getting his stride now. Taking it to Samoa Joe. Pumping himself up, and rightly so. As Luke Gallows again watches on. Here we go, Carl Anderson. Nice reversal by Samoa Joe. Anderson has to keep on Samoa Joe. If he doesn't let him get any offense in, doesn't let him get any respite, I do feel like the win has come sooner rather than later for Carl Anderson. But Samoa Joe just doing whatever, just taunting at any opportunity he can. As those two come together, Anderson looking for a drop kick, but Samoa Joe brushes it off. A nice jawbreaker there from Anderson. And again, this is what we're talking about, just taking it to Samoa Joe constantly. Really good from Carl Anderson. And now going to the ground, punches right to the head. Of course, Samoa Joe already busted open, goes for the cover. Again, a 2 count. Samoa Joe a little bit more convincing this time in kicking out. Now Anderson goes for the chin lock, goes to the ground game again. Samoa Joe will look to fight to get out of it. You wonder how much is left in the tank though for Samoa Joe. A lot taken out of him. You know, is there any potential, concussion? Taking a lot of punishment to the head. He's bleeding. We can see the effects of it. Is there any lasting damage? Maybe, but we yet to find out. Now Anderson, again, Irish whip. And a nice textbook arm drag there. Really getting some good air on that as well. And here we go. Oh, backbreaker. Anderson, is he going to go for the cover again? He does. Pulls Samoa Joe away from the ropes. The referee a little slow to the mat. And again a 2 count, but Samoa Joe kicks out. really impressive performance, I've already said, from Carl Anderson. Really putting on a show. And here we go, Samoa Joe with a up double hook. German suplex, keeps it in the pin. And Carl Anderson manages to kick out. Something out of nothing from Samoa Joe, like we said. Not performing brilliantly, but can get the job done. And he almost did there. Carl Anderson probably taken a little bit by surprise, it has to be said. A kick to the back, and then a takedown, the blow to the chest. Now Samoa Joe, you can see he looks groggy. Not completely with it is our WWE champion. He needs to get away from Carl Anderson. Just keep Carl Anderson down. Just get his breath back. Just compose himself and think about what he's going to do next. And here we go. German suplex. Is he going to keep hold? He does. The full Nelson suplex this time. Again. Is he going to look for a third? He is. A hat trick. Keeps it in the pin this time. Referee goes for the cover. And well, that is it. Oh, so disappointed for Carl Anderson. He put in such a good performance. Really had Samoa Joe up against the ropes. But that trio of suplexes apparently enough to get the job done for Samoa Joe. Very unconvincing fashion. But he won't care. Another W to his name. And now he can just recover, move on to Sunday and focus on his main event title match. I do worry for Samoa Joe though on Sunday. If he's going to continue to put in performances like that, then you think he'll be easy pickings for John Cena. And you see the bloodied mess that is our WWE champion. I think John Cena will be confident. I think he will think that he has the beating of Samoa Joe. And to be fair, on the showings that he has put in so far, you could probably potentially see it happening, to be honest. Samoa Joe though, he'll lick his wounds, he'll get up and get on with it. And he will make sure he has everything in the tank. As hold on, we were just speaking about the man. And here he is. Big Match John is in the building. Not scheduled for a match tonight, but he's made himself known. And maybe just trying to get the mind games going while Samoa Joe is at his weak point. Just get into the head of Samoa Joe. Makes his way down to the ring, but he's not in a hurry. Is John Cena now. Just gets into the ring. And just taunts to Samoa Joe. But Samoa Joe not having any of it. Just Samoa Joe just turns away. Not even going to look at the face of John Cena. And these two will get it on Sunday at Extreme Rules as they come face to face. Going to be interesting to see what happens. But guys, that is going to be the end of this edition of Smackdown. I hope you have enjoyed it. As we said, just a few days away from Extreme Rules. If you have enjoyed today's episode, pop a like on there for me. Subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss out on Extreme Rules. And I'll see you guys for NXT.